TGR News, broadcasting from the State of Israel.
Welcome back to TGR News.
Hello, hello.
This week we're going to talk about all the things that's happening between Israel and Lebanon and Hezbollah over the gas rigs. That's a lot of things happened this week. And the continuation of daily or hourly terrorist attacks on the State of Israel. But first, let's say thank you. Thank you for everything you guys do. And it really is a blessing. I mean, it's an amazing thing that we're doing here together in the State of Israel, helping these people here from the nation of Israel and helping the people eat here that just are in such dire shape. And it's all because of you guys. You are the ones who are feeding them, and we're just the workers that are doing it through you. And we thank you so much. And like we always say, if you haven't yet been a part of this and you feel like the Lord is leading you to be a part of this, there are links below every video to the Patreon or to the Support Us page on thegoldenreport.com. Or you can just go straight to thegoldenreport.com, go to the Support Us page, and find any way that's best for you to be able to send your support for such a wonderful thing you guys are doing here. So thank you so much. The people thank you. Everyone thanks you. It's such an amazing and significant thing that we're doing here and making difference in people's lives and families' lives. Lots of kids as well. So really, it's a big deal. Thank you so much. Well, let's get started.
Yeah, let's do it.
During the dealings of the gas rigs with Hezbollah, Benny Gantz, the Minister of Defense, put out a statement that Israel is ready for war with Lebanon. This was more political campaign strategy than anything else.
Yeah.
It was just him trying to show, even though we're doing this horrible deal, I'm still a tough guy.
Yeah.
So vote for me.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? Exactly. At the beginning of the week, the gas and economic deal with the Hezbollah was on the rocks. Looking as if we would not agree. Hezbollah has begun to ask for outrageous demands, which is common when dealing with terrorists. When they see the weakness, that's when they decide to attack.
Yeah.
You know, when they see we was weak and we was giving in on so much, they just came in. Hezbollah was Nasrallah, from the head of Hezbollah. He came in and just had all these insane demands.
Yeah.
He just went way over the top.
These insane demands turned out to be Prime Minister Lapid's lifeline. If they would have stayed on with this deal, the nation of Israel would have been unforgiving to Lapid in such a horrible deal.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's true, because when they went crazy with all these demands, it was his way of backing out for a minute and doing a recap. He did a lot of things. We'll get into it, because this was at the beginning of the week, all of this, where it looked like the deal wasn't going through. We were very happy, and a lot of other people were very happy. But we'll get into what happened later in the week. Arabs are now not only making horrible terrorist attacks on the nation of Israel, now they're making attacks on our agriculture as well, setting fields on fire and destroying farmers' equipment and buildings. Yeah, this is just another way of them trying to hurt us as much as possible.
Yep.
You know, it's like, I guess you would say it was the intern terrorists, I guess you would say. Instead of sending them, I guess, straight out to shooting Jews in the streets, they tell them go set fire on the field and go the younger ones and go blow up the tractors and the buildings. And
it's not entirely new, because Gaza used to send these balloons.
That's where they took it from.
To set on fire our fields.
But these are the Arabs that are in the country, so they can go straight there and do straight attack to what they're looking at, right? Before Sukkot, Israel decided to put all the areas where terrorists come out on a partial lockdown, hoping to stop or at least slow down the planned terrorist attacks on our people. This is while Israel is also doubling down to be ready for the possible attack from Hezbollah over the gas deals. You know, so we put them on partial lockdown because it was only during the first and second parts, the first and the last part of Sukkot, and not during the Sukkot, what they call Chol HaMoed, which is the regular days in between Sukkot.
Yeah.
Well, it's still Sukkot, and that's I don't know if it slowed anything down or not, because we're still getting terrorist attacks all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We'll talk about it.
Yeah.
On Saturday night, a terrorist opened fire on an IDF checkpoint near Jerusalem and was able to kill an IDF soldier and seriously injure another. Noah Lazar, the IDF soldier that was killed, was only an 18-year-old girl.
Yeah. That's so sad. Yeah, she it was sad, but
When they showed the video of the attack, it was so strange. Did you see it?
Yeah.
He just went out of the car.
He stopped at the checkpoint. It was a passenger. Got out of the car, walked around, walked into a group of soldiers that was standing there, and just started firing at him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it could have probably been prevented if the soldiers were a little bit more,
Experienced?
or with their eyes open and not grouped up like that so much. But that's not the point. The point is these attacks, they just always looking. No, I don't care who you are. You're gonna find a weak spot somewhere. People aren't machines. We make mistakes. So soldiers are gonna be towards their end of their shift, right? They're gonna be a little bit more lax. Instead of looking at the cars, looking around, talking, trying to look where the guy, their relief guy's coming, right? The guy's changing their post, and they're always, and you'll always be able to find those weak spots. The problem is the terrorists who are always out there looking for those weak spots and trying to take advantage and kill and maim and attack.
Yeah.
Next week on the 20th is now the date that Israel is scheduled to sign an agreement with the terrorist organization Hezbollah over the Israeli gas rigs in the Mediterranean. Again, this is an agreement with a terrorist group that threatened us into this. Meaning, if you guys remember how this all started, Hezbollah, a terrorist organization, said to the state of Israel, that if you don't give us gas and you don't give us all this stuff that we demand now from your gas rigs, we're going to start a war.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, they told them we had to stop. They told us we had to stop pumping gas out of our gas rigs.
We cannot start.
Yeah.
We cannot start. That's what we planned. We planned on September to start.
And Lapid stopped.
Yeah.
Our Prime Minister, Yair Lapid, he stopped on their demand and given in to their demands, which is so.
Yeah.
Well, something else, though. Unfortunately, Israel's the first country to have used F-35s, the big new, we're the first ones to officially have used them in battle. Well, we call them here the F-35Is because we've added a little bit extra technology to them in action. Up until now, the F-35s have been used to shoot down drones sent by Iran to arm Gaza. Overall, Israel has had to shoot down drones sent from Iran, Hezbollah, and Gaza. Dozens of drones that are being used now. Drones is just a new thing now.
Yeah. By the way, 2 of these drones were sent by Hezbollah to the gas rig.
2 of them were sent to the gas rig.
Yeah. So. Just for you to understand, guys, Hezbollah are trading Israel's rig gas.
Gas
it's
rigs.
not we don't have disagreement about this area. The area that we have disagreement about, or when we sign the agreement about, it's not even the area that we're talking about. We're talking about Israel gas rig, Karish, which is in our, we don't even, they even don't claim,
off of Haifa, which is way south of Lebanon.
But still Hezbollah made us stop.
So strange.
Yeah.
So strange how our government's, showing such great weakness against this threat. It's,
and also think about this paradox. It's a paradoxal agreement. It's like we sign an agreement with Hezbollah, which is terrorist organization.
Yep.
But Lapid said, no, we're signing with Lebanon government, right?
Yeah.
But so who promised us that if we sign with Lebanon government, Hezbollah will not shoot at us?
Yeah,
Hezbollah is not a part of the agreement, right?
Yeah, well, it's a gray area, and the reason is because Hezbollah is part of the government. The word Hezbollah means Hizbah. Allah. Hizbah is party, Allah is God.
Yeah.
God's party, and it meaning the party in the government, right? Not party like, that's, discotheque,
They're
right?
not a part of the government. They are the government.
They are the government.
Lebanon.
Yeah, they are Lebanon. So when you deal with Lebanon, you're dealing with Nasrallah and Hezbollah. So Lapid saying that kind of stuff is just him showing the world how stupid he thinks we are, that he could say something like that and no one knows the difference. Yeah. Well, on Tuesday afternoon, we had another terrorist attack in Samaria. Arabs drove by and fired an automatic weapon at the soldiers on guard and killed 21-year-old Sergeant Ido Baruch. The IDF was guarding Jews walking there. What was happening, it was a group of Jews that do their annual Sukkot walk, through the beautiful nature there, and the IDF was there to protect them because of this recent, uprise in terrorist attacks. So the two Arabs driving in a car came across real fast, did like an old-fashioned drive-by, where one guy was driving, the other guy put his automatic weapon out the window and just fired at him, and as they came around and drove off.
Yeah.
It was yet another attack, and we're having attacks all the time. It's if the last couple of nights we've had crazy violent attacks in eastern Jerusalem. It's been a rough week, and it's been a rough couple months. It's been a rough month, actually. Yeah. Later in the week, the Hezbollah threats of attack got our weak prime minister to come back to the table and get the gas and economic deal back on track. Nasrallah made a speech from his bunker, by the way, celebrating his victory over Israel, how he was able to threaten Israel with his weapons to give him everything he wanted. And you know what? Nasrallah, the head of the Hezbollah from his bunker, always makes speeches, and it's always 100% lies. But this time he's telling the truth because he did win. He was victorious against the state of Israel to threaten the state of Israel and get exactly what he wanted. This time he wasn't lying.
Yeah.
He was telling the truth.
He also telling the truth about how much we give up. He tells we give up 12 kilometers of
our territorial waters.
And Lapid say we only give up 5, which is, we know it's not true. However, by the way, the agreement now is public. We can look at it.
Yeah,
finally.
Yeah, this isn't something that Yair Lapid did, which is something that I don't think is a good idea. There's certain government deals that there's a reason why they're not public. They're not posted on Facebook. The actual deal is not posted on Facebook to the whole world. There's a reason for it. Things sometimes, most of the times, governments need to work, and as governments work, but out of the fear of the people just turning completely against Yair Lapid, he made it public.
Yeah. Former Prime Minister Netanyahu stated this week that he's in disagreement with Hezbollah. Lapid is agreeing to Hezbollah request to let Iran do the drilling of the coast of Israel for their new gas rigs.
Now this is something big.
Something big.
Yeah. This is. I'm pretty sure that. Now this wasn't a tweet or something. This was a
statement.
A statement. Video. You could see him.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it's pretty true. It has to be true. He's not a dumb person to come out with lies, right?
I don't know the deal is how he.
But if this is true, if behind the scenes our government has decided to let Hezbollah use Iran to do the drilling offshore for the. That means you bring in Iran straight up to our border. I mean, right at us. I mean, you can see the gas rigs from the shoreline, right? That's how far off they are. This is insane, bringing Iran all the way down. It's a dream come true for Iran. Bringing them all the way down to our border. I just don't know how to even talk about that. I don't even know what to say about that. I hope it's not true.
Yeah. This border is so important. It's so important. And even, by the way, I want to remind you something. Remember we had the boat and we used to sell it. We had to sell it to, what it was? Cyprus, yeah. And the boat, we didn't have the engine, and the boat started drifting towards Lebanon.
Yeah.
So this few kilometers is really important.
Critical.
It's critical because in a little bit you can be in their area, and they are our enemies. Nobody's saying that. They're not allies. So they just open fire. They just,
Yeah, that's a good point.
It's their territory.
Where the spot was, where we had to go and drag the boat out, drag the boat into the marina, pull the boat into the marina, that now would be Lebanon.
Yeah.
And that now would have been a whole different situation. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's really
a good point.
important.
Yeah. Very good point. Well, you got anything else you want to say?
No, not this time.
You sure?
Yes.
100%?
Yes.
Okay. Well, don't forget to join us on thegoldenreport.com. And until next week,
Shabbat Shalom.
God bless.